So you were on the floor last night as a delegate.
I was.
Tell us a little bit about the rules vote. How did that come down, and what do you make of it?
Well, it actually last week they had all the rules committee meetings and those things, and so it that's where everything was really decided. And it was about, from what I read, about 80% for the rules that pass on the floor, 20% against. And so kind of that 20%, I guess, is what we saw in the delegation. You know, it was a lot like what we see at state conventions with the back and forth, but in the end, the side that won had the most votes, and you know that was clear by the voice vote. You know, they were calling for a roll call vote, but there really wasn't that many. Even talking to one of them, they said, we know that we don't have the votes, we just wanted to be heard. And you know, there was a few issues that you know, they wanted to get in the rules, and you know, and I could be supportive of that, but you know, I didn't think necessarily that was the time to hash it out on national television. And of course, CNN, MSNBC, as I walked by their booths, had it civil war in the Republican Party, chaos on the convention floor, and it was all overblown. You know, I think we saw by the time we got to that night's convention, people were unified against Hillary Clinton, and you know, it seemed like almost everybody was all shouting for Donald Trump.
So do you think the Georgia delegation is going to be united for Trump?
Seems that way. I mean, you know, the vote is today, but as of yet, Cruz and Rubio haven't released their delegates. So right now, the vote is, as it was for March, 42 for Trump, 18 for Rubio, 16 for Cruz. I think that's the breakdown. So that'll be our roll call vote unless Cruz and Rubio release delegates. And I don't know what happens after that.
But going forward, do you think we'll be united as a party?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as this week wears on, we're going to see more and more of that. I have noticed a palatable difference with people this week. It seems like we came into Cleveland, and it really did seem to kind of unify people. Everybody's realizing that, you know, this is bigger than just our personal philosophies and those things. It's, you know, we're talking about the future here, and that's all what all the speakers have said, and I think that that message is definitely ringing true. Even for somebody myself, I was not a Trump supporter, and you know, it's one of those things that kind of took me a while to, you know, get on board with it. But it's, you know, I'm for Donald Trump because I think he's going to be the best thing we have for America going forward, and you know, I think that his pick of Mike Pence, you know, showed that was a pretty good pick, and I think that's a good decision on his part, and I think he'll surround himself with a lot of good people.